It's a late night upload because the job of being the internet's most ruthless gatekeeper isn't a 9 to 5. This is an on-call, on-the-clock, 24-hour kind of situation. If there's something that needs to be ruthlessly gate-kept, then I need to be the one out there doing it, okay? Now, we got more hardcore Twitter drama to get into today, and we're going to get into all of that in just a little bit. But before I do that, I'm going to introduce myself, okay? My name is Dan Frampton. I am the internet's most ruthless gatekeeper, and right now I'm here to gatekeep Twitter drama because they're all off the mark. So like the video to get it boosted. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Get the Esquila grind set up by joining the secret society today. Become a member by clicking join down there right now. All right, let's get on to it, okay? We got this thing going around the internet right now. It's a clip of this guy. His name is Sam Wilmot, okay? Apparently, he's a content creator on TikTok, and he's getting a little bit of the mick taken out of him right now on Twitter by all these hardcore Twitter goons, okay? Now, I'm using goons in the old school fashion, not in the way that people use the word today. I'm not talking about they're out here gooning over this guy. That's not what happened. We're talking about old school mobster goons using their brute force to just create this dog pile on this guy. So, what is the clip in question? Well, here it is right here.
It's really funny that I dress like this and give off like tough sort of thing going on. And then I cry to Phoebe Bridgers in the shower, and I listen to C Rose and Boy Genius. And the dichotomy is crazy.
So that's the clip. This kind of guy actually does exist. And that is what this tweet is basically expressing. I thought everyone was exaggerating, but these guys really do exist. And yeah, of course they do. People with mustaches and beanies, of course they exist. Of course these people out here in their all black get-ups are listening to Phoebe Bridgers and having a little bit of a cry in the shower. That's not that surprising. It does seem like Sam out here is just stretching for content. He's like, hey, I look like I have this big tough kind of guy thing going on, but really I like little wimpy kind of music. So I kind of see why people are taking the mick out of him and finding the cringe in it, but they're going a little bit too hard on it, okay? This is just something that is fine to exist. I actually like this. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a sweetheart. He seems like the kind of guy that you don't want to be mean to, you know what I mean? Just because he made a video that you think is a little bit cringe online, but I know that is like the biggest crime, and I'm on here every day doing the same kind of thing. But to see threads like this are pretty heartbreaking when all it is just cyberbullying. These aren't jokes. This isn't entertainment. This is actually throwing a guy over the coals. This is getting a whole bunch of other people on board to make this one guy feel powerless, okay? How big and strong do you guys really think you are? Because I found his like a profile over here on TikTok, and he's not that big of a creator, you know? He's on the grind. He's doing the thing, you know what I mean? And you don't like that very much out here, do you, Twitter? So you just gotta feel big and strong and like you're more important than this guy for whatever reason. Like running a Twitter account is less cringe than this. And then the quote retweets are crazy. The dog pile is real. Every single week, there's a new dog pile for these Twitter goons to be jumping on top of, okay? And this time, I do mean gooning in the way that they mean it today, okay? They're out here being edgelords, and pushing people around on Twitter is the thing that gets them right up to the edge before they just gotta switch on to another thing. So that's why every cycle is the same thing. The same kind of dog pile every single time. They get bored, they move on. They're not there for discourse. They're not there to argue. They're not there to entertain. They're not there for any purpose other than to just throw some guy over the coals. No lessons are learned, nobody has a chuckle, nobody has a good time, and then you go to bed knowing that you made somebody's day worse. What kind of life is that? This tweet over here sums it up perfectly. Did you nerds run out of mosh discourse to whine about? Bunch of losers dumping on a good dude for no reason. Go outside. Yeah, he seems like an absolute sweetheart. And it takes a lot more bravery to put your whole face on the internet doing this kind of thing than just to hit a couple buttons on Twitter and to create this like hate mob. So keep the circle jerk alive, keep gooning, keep edging. You guys are thriving in it every single day. I can't wait to see who your target is next week after this runs its course. Oh, is it going to be me again? I could never handle it if it's me again. If hardcore chooses me as a target yet again, oh, I'd never be able to handle that. That would make me so sad. Don't do that. Don't just prove me right. I wouldn't call you out on a bunch of stuff just for you guys to turn around and do it all. That wouldn't make sense. You're bigger, better, and smarter than that, right? You wouldn't like to be out here rolling around in your own hypocrisy, would you? Wouldn't matter though. You're not here for the conversation. You're not here for the discourse. You're just gonna move along. You're just gonna push people down and then move on to your next target. I get it. I know how it goes. So I'm not typically a TikTok user. Over here you see it's asking me to log in. That's because I don't have an account. But if you have an account, go over there, follow this guy at Yes, I'm Sam Wilmot. Okay, I'm gonna edit this, upload it, and get back to watching wrestling. Okay, see you later. Bye for now. Have a good night.